He took paternity leave since August.
Who?
Pete Buttigieg.
I mean, good for him.
Good for him.
You've never expanded a vacation?
It does seem like a long paternity leave. Am I alone in feeling like it seems a little long?
Cancel
Moshe. Wait, is that a no? Don't say that, or a no? You're not alone. We agree with you.
No. They're saying you can't say it.
Oh, I can't say it. I didn't know. Yeah, it's a perfect. It seems short.
But first, let's get into it. What a week. In a statement sent from the Hellraiser dimension but boring, Donald Trump criticized the media's celebration of Colin Powell after the Secretary of State's passing, lamenting that Powell was treated beautifully in death, despite his big mistakes in Iraq. Trump's statement concluded, "He made plenty of mistakes, but anyway, may he rest in peace." The "but anyway" is art. Media failing to cover the stakes of our politics, leaded gasoline rotting the brains of baby boomers in the 1960s and 70s, Facebook, Fox News, decadence and moral decay, racism and misogyny as gateway drugs to fascism. This is why Trump was possible. The "but anyway," that's why he won. As for Trump's cronies, in a bipartisan vote today, the House approved criminal contempt charges against Steve Bannon over his refusal to respond to a subpoena from Congress from the January 6th committee regarding the Capitol riot. Bannon says that he, a podcast host, is protected by executive privilege because he once worked in the White House, which I will say has never worked for me when I'm trying to sneak Arby's into a movie theater. How dare HIPAA! It doesn't matter what's in these cargo shorts. In 2005, New York City, while I'm temping as a paralegal and doing open mics at night, sneaking into a movie with a Big Mac at 6:00 p.m. HIPAA. The thing about cargo shorts in the year 2005 is one side you can really perfectly put a Big Mac, and in the other side you could perfectly put a large fries. Meanwhile, West Virginia senator and vacant-eyed student hoping the teacher doesn't call on him, Joe Manchin, has come out against Biden's clean energy plan. There was also a story this week that Manchin was threatening to switch parties. Then Manchin called that story bullshit. But then Manchin also said that actually he did lightly offer to become an independent. But that was it. He would still caucus with the Democrats, but it didn't lead to anything. He almost described it like it would be a favor to Chuck Schumer. I know that we're all pretty sick of talking about how we need Sinema and Manchin, even though they view it as like a source of their identity to limit our ambitions purely for the point of proving that they limited our ambitions. And even though this is beside the point, we wouldn't be in this mess if Cal Cunningham had been able to stop himself from fucking a rando on a trip to California. It's neither here nor there. Or if Bill Nelson had gotten 10,000 more votes against Rick Scott in Florida. Rick Scott, one of the biggest Medicare fraudsters in history. How did we let that go by? And I don't know why I'm rehashing this, except we've reached the bottom of the barrel on Manchin jokes, which is fine because we can use the barrel to float down the Kanawha River the next time it floods due to climate change and takes out half the buildings in Charleston, West Virginia. Is that even a joke? They're singularly at risk for climate change flooding, due to the mountains and rivers. A lot of their police stations and firehouses and hospitals are actually also very much at risk for climate change destruction. So, which makes it kind of doubly bad, right? Because those are the places you kind of need in the midst of a flood, but they'll be washed away. But at least it's to protect 12. Stop staring just at you. At least it's to protect. At least, I'm telling you and only you this. At least, look, here's the good news. While Joe Manchin is personally stopping a plan that could help stop trillions of dollars in devastation, at least it's to protect 12,000 jobs in West Virginia. Even though we could literally write $1 million check to all 12,000 people, and that would be still less than 0.5% of the cost of even the compromised Build Back Better plan. Still don't have a joke. Told you, the barrel is empty. It's for climate floating now. On Wednesday, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced all city employees must be vaccinated. In related news, 5 times as many police officers have died of COVID than from gunfire since the pandemic began. Nonetheless, police unions across the country continue to defy their city's vaccine mandates, with 1/3 of Chicago police refusing to get vaccinated. When confronted with this startling figure, police representatives promised to get the death by gunfire numbers up as soon as possible. The San Francisco branch of In-N-Out shut down after failing to enforce the city's vaccine mandate for indoor dining. The company's corporate office said, "We fiercely disagree with any government diktat that forces a private company to discriminate against customers who choose to patronize their business. This is governmental overreach." The corporate office went on to say, also, when you order it animal style, the animal is a sick bat. I wish their fries were as firm as their dumb stances. The fries aren't good. What are we doing here? What are these lines for? You can't go down a side street near an In-N-Out because people are waiting for these godforsaken soggy fries. What am I missing? Once in a while, I will wait on one of those lines, and then and I'll get to the window and I'll say, "1 shake, please." And they'll look at me like I'm nuts. Like, "You waited for 1 shake?" I did. I was enjoying an audiobook in the car and I didn't mind waiting. But the fries are bad. It's not good. Does anyone disagree with me? So then what are we doing here? This week, the Vatican relaunched their praying app, Click to Pray 2.0. For $9.99, you can upgrade to Pray Plus, which gives you an ad-free God experience and access to Joe Rogan's complete archive. There's also scripture on the fries. That's a good point. That's important too. Thank you for, I had forgotten about the scripture on the fries. In an ad for the Virginia Republican gubernatorial candidate, Rudy Giuliani put on an Abraham Lincoln filter to stump for Glenn Youngkin. Let's roll the clip.
In my time, we had a name for men who sold bedrooms for one night. In your time, the name is Terry McAuliffe, and the Clinton flees once and for all.
Oh, great. My sleep paralysis demon is here. The global supply chain continues to experience backlogs and shortages, exacerbated by the scarcity of microchips and energy crisis in China and the fact that Ronan drinks half a LaCroix and abandons it. Thank God I'm planning to get my loved ones the same locally sourced gift I always get them. Nothing. On Monday, the Justice Department urged the Supreme Court to block the Texas abortion ban, calling it plainly unconstitutional. I strongly disagree. The Texas abortion ban is extravagantly unconstitutional. You don't just wake up and roll out of bed looking that unconstitutional. People worked really hard on this, and they do deserve credit. And finally, a Wisconsin man grew the heaviest pumpkin this year, weighing in at 2,520 pounds, but it was disqualified for having a fingernail-sized crack in it. Strange, because a fingernail-sized crack doesn't disqualify me from being the cutest pumpkin. And you know what helps? If you've got a fingernail-sized crack, little VCR cleaner. I've done it. I've done it again. Recently, Pete Buttigieg, former presidential candidate and America's mayor by default, now that Rudy Giuliani sold his official America's mayor sash and crown to pay off the owner of a massage parlor in La Jolla, who was blackmailing him after Rudy begged a professional masseuse for a hand job during a trip to California to see the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines. Caused a stir by taking paternity leave from his role as transportation secretary. He was helping to take care of his new twins, Penelope Rose and Joseph August, who were born prematurely. And boy, does the right wing have a lot to say about it. Joining me now to discuss are 2 actual certified dads. We already have Moshe here on stage, and coming up to the stage, we have Ricky Velez, very funny comedian. So, but you gentlemen are here to talk about parenting, specifically being dads. All right, so I'm going to start with some easy questions for you two. First, do you regret it?
That's funny, the people that don't have kids.
Right, we take that kind of stuff very seriously. And honestly, to this crowd that laughed, that was very Caucasian male of you.
Do you regret becoming dads? Answer the question.
No, my kid is the coolest fucking thing I've ever done. He's so dope. But one day he will steal out of my wallet and call me a dick.
That's what's crazy about parenting in a way. I'm sure you relate to this, is that, and I'm sure you don't, Jon, is that you are training them. They're not just going to do that. You are literally training them to do that.
That's why mine's in karate. I'm training.
To fuck you up?
Yeah.
But it's such an interesting experience that the moment the child comes into your life, you are training it to say fuck you and leave. That's its life journey. There's one stop along the way, which is where it goes to a high school dance, looks around and goes, I can't do this. And then they leave. And that's there's something beautiful about that.
My kid will dance. He's a dancer.
So Tucker Carlson said of Mayor Pete taking leave,
Pete Buttigieg has been on leave from his job since August after adopting a child. Paternity leave, they call it, trying to figure out how to breastfeed. No word on how that went.
They will never go after maternity leave. They're genuinely kind of uncomfortable attacking paternity leave, but there's something about attacking Pete. There's a little bit like what they're trying to say is, isn't being a caring dad kind of faggy? Isn't that like at the core of what they're saying, that like parenting is for women and fags a little bit?
Right. They're like, isn't a two gay men having a kid just a little gay when you think about it?
And why are we listening to Tucker ever? Just me.
Just you. Well, I
mean,
mean,
this crowd loves Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson loves Tucker Carlson. But like there is something about on the right, like Candace Owens went after Mayor Pete. Like there's this idea that basically like they have been wanting to attack paternity leave as a concept, and they see a gay man as a great way to do that because it like exposes for them what they see as like fundamentally like women's work. Oh, you're going to go do a woman's job raising the children. Do you feel like there was a little bit of that when you had kids, that like that like caring and taking care of the kids was seen as something like not for you?
The problem is this job, like, because I work at night. So if I don't take care of my kid, I'm just a shitty person.
Because you
have no excuse.
Because you're there during the day.
Yeah, I'm there.
You're just there all day.
Yeah.
So you have to do something.
Yeah. Or go to rehab or something. Like
Right.
you can't just.
Oh, that's always a good option.
Yeah.
You want to get out of parenting.
That's a good way to get out of 3 weeks.
Classic way out of a 3-week tough parenting situation, rehab. But don't you feel that way, that there's like a little bit of that there's an expectation that fathers need to go back to work, they don't really need to do this, and that the fathers that do are somehow kind of taking advantage of maternity leave?
Well, there's that idea that all that homophobia stems from sexism, right? That people are afraid of the womanization of man, and that's what homophobia comes from. And in that way, I can kind of see the point. They're like, that's not what that feels like woman to
them. Yeah, totally. Ricky, how are you going to talk about climate change
Me?
to a child?
Me.
Yes, you have a child. They're inheriting a world.
I just quote Drake, YOLO, kid. Get out there. Get the biggest.
Yeah, that's what you say. You quote Drake, you go, YOLO. You only live once, but maybe not that long.
What do we do? Just dance, you little shit. It's all melting.
Do you know how similar dancing is to swimming? You're going to need to know how to do that
Yeah.
too. We live in Queens. The water is rising.
It is. That hurricane was bad. We just had one.
You don't know about that here. Here it's just about smoke.
Yeah, we have the water you need.
LA sold its water for trees. You know, the Magi? What?
Dude, are you talking a different language?
Maybe.
What did you just, the
You know what I mean? Somebody, you understand. Somebody, one person say you understand what I'm talking.
I understand what you're saying. Totally.
Have I lost control of the show yet again? He took paternity leave since August.
Who?
Pete Buttigieg.
I mean,
Good for him.
Good for him.
You've never expanded a vacation?
it does seem like a long paternity leave. Am I alone in feeling like it seems a little long?
Cancel
Wait,
motion.
wait. Is that a no? Don't say that, or a no? You're not alone. We agree with you.
No. They're saying you can't say it.
Oh, I can't say it. I didn't know. Yeah, it's a perfect. It seems short by about 14 years.
Now, you may be experts
About
raising your own children, but we've got some dad-related trivia that's going to be a little more challenging than pretending you have diarrhea so you can hide in the bathroom for an hour and look at your phone. Ricky, have you ever done that?
No.
You've never pretended to have diarrhea so you can look at your
No,
phone for an
because I
hour?
have a kid that knows how to work doors, so he'll just walk in that shit and just watch me poop for.
You're not shitting, Dad.
Yeah. Get up.
Get off TikTok.
TikTok's great on the toilet. Do you find that?
I don't TikTok.
I just watch them.
I don't want China in my shit.
I don't care. Oh no, China found out I'm interested in international pastries. Wow, China's really going to be able to do a lot with this information that I will always watch something about a different country's version of a flaky crust. I don't care. Yep, that's what I want to see. I want to see hot guys singing in harmony and flaky crusts.
I'm sorry, I'm not with you. I don't look at TikTok because I do not trust that company. I don't want China in my shit. That's why I stick with good old fashioned American Facebook.
Yeah.
A company you can trust.
USA.
Yeah.
US.
If somebody's going to spy on my privacy and exploit my identity for the purposes of advertising and marketing, I want it to be happening in the Bay Area.
Yes, I want it to be an American cyborg. That's what I need.
Zuckerberg, shout out.
Shout out to you, Big Zuck. Big Zuck.
That's my guy.
That's our guy.
Yeah.
You don't have him here.
Okay, I got a question. If you could push a button and Joe Manchin and what's that other person's name?
Kirsten Sinema.
They disappear, or Mark Zuckerberg disappears. Which button you pushing?
We need Sinema and Manchin.
No, they get replaced by Ricky and me.
I mean, honestly, I would happily. Ricky, we've just met.
Yeah.
But based on the vibes, I would put you in charge of Facebook right fucking now.
Dude, wrong move. Wrong move. I came from a shitty neighborhood. I just love Facebook because I get to watch everybody that ruined my life as a kid. I get to watch them as adults have shitty lives, and that's how it should be used.
Do we think, are we under the impression that's not how Mark Zuckerberg is using Facebook late at night? That is literally its reason for existing.
That's true.
All right. Another one for you.
Okay.
You push the button. Goodbye, Facebook. Goodbye, filibuster. What you pushing?
Wow, that's a really interesting question. See,
I think
well,
Facebook.
here's
I'm with
the question.
you.
Here's what I would say. It's a question of, do you want to take care of an acute crisis right now, or the thing that is causing the underlying crises we'll be dealing with for the next 20
Exactly.
years? But if we don't fix some of the shit right now, it won't matter what we do in 3 years, because they're gonna install Trump by fiat, and then we can get rid of all the filibusters and Facebooks we want. It won't matter.
Why would
Too much?
Guess what I'm doing right now?
deleting Facebook?
Googling filibuster.
Well, on
You
that
really are from Queens, man. This is great. He really is Googling filibuster. I love it.
It is time for a quiz we call Daddy's Home.
I don't like that.
Daddy's Home. I'm going to say it. I'm going to do no more code switching and saying it in my gayest voice humanly possible.
Okay.
Daddy's Home.
Oh, I loved it.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's my
How often do you pull that out?
No, that's how he talks. As soon as they stop, they press record end on the
Pod Save
record.
America.
That's it.
I think the filibuster should be removed. Stop recording. Hey, Tommy, what are we doing? First question for you both.
Let's go.
How much paid parental leave of any kind is federally mandated in the U.S.?
Oh, this is real trivia.
Real trivia.
Is there an A, B, or C?
No.
2 weeks?
It's 0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'd figure it's 0. Oh, okay. I didn't get the answer, but okay.
How many?
I'm going to do what you did, though. I'm going to wait for somebody else to say it wrong, and then I figured the right answer.
If passed, how many weeks of paid parental leave would Biden's Build Back Better bill give Americans? Is it?
Yeah, go ahead, Ricky.
6, 10, or 12?
Oh, I was going to say 2 months.
I'm going to say
That's
6.
8.
It's 12
12
weeks, but you got it. Ricky got it. I've decided. Time for a lightning round.
Already?
Dude,
All
you're
right.
making a mess.
No. Again,
Okay.
it's a lot of cards this week. All right. This is paternity trivia, and you have to tell us which is longer. Okay?
Ricky, when it comes to the case of 4-year-old Alicia, you are...
Not the father.
You got it.
Googling that. All right. Kim Kardashian's marriage, which was longer? Kim Kardashian's marriage to Chris Humphries or paternity leave in Slovenia?
I would go Salvini because they weren't together that shit went down fast.
You got
and
it.
yo, I fucking felt bad for him because I saw him like 2 weeks later get out of an Uber and it was a silver Camry.
You're saying it wasn't Uber Black.
He wasn't it was bad.
He was back to X.
I was like, damn.
He had that brief flickering moment when he was like, time for a black. Now it's like, nope, back to Uber X. You're correct. The marriage was 72 days. Paternity leave in Slovenia is 90 days. Which is longer, the time Felicity Huffman spent in jail or paternity leave in Chile?
The jail one.
That's correct. Felicity Huffman spent 11 days in jail versus a week of paternity leave in Chile. What is longer, the combined length of shows on NBC's Thursday night comedy slate in 2011 if you watched every episode, or paternity leave in Mauritius?
Whoa.
Where's that?
It depends on what your answer is, where it is.
Yeah.
It's an island where that mercenary met with another person to do shenanigans.
Oh, then NBC for sure. If it's there, yeah, NBC.
Correct. There were 8 days. The episodes they aired of all of the shows on Thursday in 2011 was 8. I don't even know what that means.
No, I know what it means because it's a Hanukkah tradition at our house. We start the Thursday night NBC comedy slate on the first night with the first candle. We keep watching in a marathon with or without I keep my wife and my child up the entire time, and that is how we celebrate the miracle of lights.
What? Ricky, what lasted longer, the impeachment of Donald Trump or paternity leave in the Netherlands?
Oh, Netherlands is chill, dude. It lasted longer there.
It's very, very close, but Netherlands was 6 weeks. The impeachment of Trump was 7 weeks.
Ooh.
I think it's adding them together.
Oh, she said which one? Like which impeachment?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which one?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
It was
Trick
like a-
question.
Give me a point back.
Give him a point back. Give him a point back. Thank you.
Oh shit! Hey, give me a point back.
Yeah.
He tried to use his white privilege. Did you see that?
It's all I do. It's all I have. Don't cut that from the show. Keep it in the show. It's my show now.
You don't get to do notes. What was longer? The time the Titanic was above the water or paternity leave in Cambodia?
It always goes with the funniest thing. So the Titanic was longer.
I'm going the opposite of him.
You're right, Ricky.
Damn
There
it.
we go, buddy.
Yeah.
Ricky!
Some people know how to play this fucking game, loser.
Paternity leave was 10 days. The Titanic was only floating for 5 days.
But is that counting the Titanic the whole time that Leo was on the plank of wood, or
Yeah, that's what I'm worrying.
that was a part of the Titanic?
like
Yeah,
the
that was-
search and rescue part. What? How many days?
Thank you.
I think-
Give me a point back.
Nope. Don't.
Ari, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Do not minimize or trivialize this point system, all right? Don't make a mock. Thank you. What lasted longer, the presidency of William Henry Harrison or paternity leave in Finland?
Was Willie one of our presidents?
Hell yeah.
100%.
Queensbridge,
There we
baby.
go. Really?
No.
Okay. Then Willie shit.
He was only president for 31 days, but paternity leave in Finland is 11 weeks. 77 days. Pretty good.
That's so cool.
And finally,
And they give him a free reindeer, actually, with every child. Do you know that?
That's
it's
cool.
crazy, yeah.
that's really cool. It's part of their it's
It's part of their school to North Pole pipeline they've got going there.
they say congratulations on being finished having a baby.
I like, hey, you leave him alone.
Hey, Ari, don't press your luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't kill the joke.
It's so cool to see an ex-producer that's so funny on the sound effects.
You can do it. You can do it. He deserves it. Yeah.
Hey, wait, me?
Yeah, that
I
was
was
for
backing
you.
you up.
Yeah, I'll turn on a fucking
Yo, give
dime.
him an X.
Yeah, hey,
I
everybody,
think it's-
3 X's up in here. Queen!
All right. Moshe and Ricky, thank you so much.